Hello, it's Maria here, and today we are going to learn a little bit about Slider Revolution, or as I call it, Rev Slider, because that's kind of based on its old name. So what Slider Revolution does is allows you to make a big hero image on your web page. It also allows for like some animation and some different slides, so there's a lot of different things that you might use it for. And so what we're going to focus on today is the difference between desktop and mobile because they render a little bit differently. The mobile is a little more vertical, desktop is a little more horizontal. And so you can see on my screen share here, what we're looking at is a hero image for desktop. Now, to look at it for mobile so you can see how it's going to be different is I'm going to make my browser skinny like a mobile phone. And you can see it changed, right? So it's responsive. And that is what we are going to do today. And it's not very hard. So it takes a little bit of playing with it, but you'll totally get it. So the first thing we're going to do is go into WordPress, into our admin tools. And let me just get out of here so you can see how we get into the Slider Revolution. So we go down here on the left side where it says Slider Revolution and we just click. And then there's all kinds of stuff. We just want to scroll down and we're going to create a new blank module. But I already prepped everything, so I'm going to go on what I created already so I can edit my file. And from here, it's loading everything, but you can see here's all of the pieces that we saw when I showed you the demo. We have different layers, how I brought things in. So the first thing I did to set this all up is I went under this gear up here and we went to the title. And I named it Cats. You have to give it a title. You can't just let it be untitled or it'll get a little confused. Then it's going to generate this short code here, and we're going to place this on your web page later, but this is where you get it. So from here, we need to set our browser sizes. So I'm clicking on Layout, and if you scroll down, you can see Layer Area Size has 4 different options. So we have a smaller laptop size, then we have a larger desktop monitor size. Then we have a tablet, and then we have a mobile phone. I turned all of mine on, but I only use them in groups of 2. So I do the desktop and the laptop the same, and then I do the mobile devices the same. So even though all 4 are activated, I'm only kind of using 2. So once that is ready, we have our base set up. And if you want to save things as you go along so you don't lose anything along the way, you can hit the save button anytime and it will just constantly save and save. And that way everything stays put. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is add a layer. So I already added this layer called desktop. So what I did is I go up here to add layer and I add an image. When you click on it, it gives you this blue box and you can go over here to Media Library and it will take you to all of your images. And so I chose the cat. I choose Insert. And here's my cat again. And it's on this new image. And what I can do is rename it so I know that this is my desktop image. Can you see where in the lower left corner I just renamed it desktop image? So from here, I now have this new layer. I want to position it because you can see it's kind of not up in the corner where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go now under this stack and I'm going to click on size and position and I'm going to change the X and the Y coordinates to 0. There we go. So now it is kind of wedged up in there and I want it to be centered. So I click this little center button. If I wanted it vertically centered, I could click this one as well, but we're not going to mess with that. We're just going to leave it centered. And also, what I did is you can see that I had adjusted the sizes of my computer to 1920. You're going to have default sizes come in. This is back under the gear, under layout. These, I changed these. So just make a note of that this isn't going to be 1920 when you first set yours up. So if you want to follow my sizes, you can just screenshot this. I changed this from 1920 and 1200 because that's kind of a general proportion for a larger computer. And I think you'll like this better than their default. So that's the only one that I really changed. Anyway, let's go back to the stack. And we have our image now positioned. The next thing we need to do is adjust the visibility. So this is my desktop background. And I want the visibility right now it's actually on all four, but we only want it on the desktop and the laptop. So I'm going to turn off the mobile, and now it will no longer show on the mobile versions. And then we have our text that goes on top of it. So I'm just going to move my kitty down here. I actually have my kitty now twice, so I'm going to use this little eyeball with the slash through it and turn that one off because I don't need two kitties. So I have my original one that I know works. Now I want to add text. So I add a layer up here and text, and I just click it. And I guess I need to do quick style content, even though I don't want that. So anyway, I have my new text layer here, and I can change that to, under the stack where it says content, I can change that to say anything that I like. I'm going to put a nice 80s movie title in there, say anything, which you hopefully have seen. So now I have that. Oh, it looks like I made two of them. We'll just get rid of the one that I don't need. Okay, so delete. Here's our new one, say anything. And I want to adjust the style. So I click on the style, also under the stack. And I want a nice, big, juicy font in there. So I'm going to make it 100 pixels. This is the leading. So if it were to go down into the next line, it would adjust how much spacing is in between the lines of text. But we're not going to worry about that because it's a headline, but I do want to make it bold. So I'm going to go down here, make it bold, and now we have more text. So if you see down here where it says text 7, I'm going to change that to say desktop text. And I only want it to be on my, I only want that to be on the desktop, not on mobile. So we are going to go to visibility again and change these to be off. Okay, so let's save it. And let's go take a look at what we have done so far. So here's our page. I put it up live. We're going to reload it. And now you can see where I had added that extra text. Now let's look and see if that's on mobile. I'm going to scrunch it tight here. And it's not there because I turned it off for mobile dimensions. So we still have the normal mobile stuff there. Okay, so let's go back to our desktop. And now we can add the mobile layers. So you can see, we're going to turn this off because we don't want two headlines. So I just press that little eyeball again, and we're going to drag it down here. And we are here in Wisconsin cold season, so you'll have to excuse a little bit of hacking with this. So we turned there we go. We turned the layer off. Okay, it's not turning off. Okay, there's a little glitch. So anyway, we're just going to delete it. But now we have to do our mobile. So mobile, we can add our image the same way, but you notice for mobile that it's actually more vertical. So when we look at the mobile side, what I did is I uploaded a more vertical image, and you can even see this right here. Sorry about all the hacking. So anyway, here's our more vertical mobile image, and here's our more horizontal desktop image. So you can see the difference. So then what I did is I created the same layers. I just went in and I added a layer, image, and I brought in the vertical cat. And then I went under size and position, and I set the X and the Y to 0 again. Now there's one little difference here, and to make this work, I had to change this size preset to cover. Normally it will go to custom size, but otherwise it's not going to work properly if we don't put it on cover. So we need to select that. And then we can go to our visibility and just make sure that mobile is turned on for that. So that is how the background image works. And then our text, we just have to kind of adjust the size a little bit differently. And we can go to style for the text that we have, and we can adjust how big it is or the leading or how bold it is. So maybe we want this to be just a little bit bigger. It's not much bigger, but it's a little bit, and we'll save it. And then we can go back over and see how our hero image is coming along. So we only have our original text. And then if we pull this over, now we have our mobile size. So one is tablet and one is mobile. It is jumping. I don't know. You probably don't notice it, but anyway, it's adjusting based on the browser. So that's how you do it. You just adjust the visibility and you choose the layers over here and make them visible per where you want them. And you can work with the little eyeballs down here so you can turn them off. And so that way, if it gets really complicated and you see like all these images and text and you're not sure what's going where, I find it helpful to kind of turn these off. They're still there. You're not deleting them. You're just kind of turning them off. So once we have all of that done, we can go back under the gear and we can go to title where we were at the very, very beginning, and we can grab this short code right here. So we'll click copy short code and we'll say that we've saved everything. And then we will go to our to our page. And so the page that I set up is called Learning Slider Revolution. We'll go to edit this page, and then all I did was I pasted that code in and hit save. And now I have a slider on this page. And to do this, you have to make sure that you're on the code tab and not the visual. If you're on the visual, you can just go down and click this Slider Revolution button and choose the cats, and you can see that it actually put it in there for you. So it works in the visual tab also, but you don't have to copy the code. If you copy and paste code in the visual editor, it gets all bad. It gets very bad. And so we don't want to do it that way. So yeah, that for visual editor, we use the little key right here, otherwise code. You can see what happened to my codes over here. It kind of added some extra stuff in there. We're just going to get rid of all of that and go back to the code that we copied and pasted, update, and we come back, and just to make sure that everything is still here, we reload the page, check our work, and it's still there. So yeah, that's how you do Ref Slider, so it works on both desktop and mobile. I wish you lots of luck with this, and I think you'll enjoy the creativity that can go into this. And if you have any questions, just hit me up.